For heel flips, there are a lot of foot positions that will work. I've seen people do it with their front foot tilted forward with only a tiny bit of toe hanging off and up towards the front bolts. I've seen people do it with their foot tilted backwards with a lot of toe hanging off really far back. And the only thing you really need to know is that when you hang toe off more and more with this foot, you need to hang more and more heel off on this foot to make sure you're balanced. Because if you have toe hanging off on both feet, you'll start to turn and the board will just fly out behind you. I think the best way to learn it is towards the middle, a little bit forward, with a little bit of toe hanging off, and your back foot to the side, but not too much. You don't want something like this it'll flip easy, but it'll be really hard to balance, and chances are you're just gonna kick the board away from you. So just try something more centered to begin with. Feel it around, try to figure out what works best for you. Now for the actual trick, treat the balance just like an ollie. Exactly the same. You pop the tail, you start to slide your foot up exactly the same, except when you just get off the ground, that's when you want to kick forward. Now, there isn't that much technique to kicking forward. You do want to slide off the corner of the nose just like a kickflip, but aside from that, you're going to have to watch the slow-mo. I think it's not really that important to worry about what your foot does, because when I did it, all I worried about was kicking forward in the air, and it worked out fine. Just make sure you aim for right here with the side of your heel and just hit it right there, and then it should flip and you'll be good. The main problem I see with people when they try it is that the board goes behind them when it flips, and there are a bunch of different reasons for that. The main one is that people are trying to mob when they do it, and when I say mob, I mean you kick down instead of forward off the nose, and when that happens, you will sort of force the board in and it shoots behind you. So this trick you have to learn the right way from the start. So if you need to, just ollie higher. It's just like an ollie. Try to give yourself as much time as you need and flick up off the nose like that, and that should solve that. Oh yeah, and then the second thing that people do is that they sort of slouch forward and lean down too much, so when they actually pop it, they end up pushing the board behind them. Try to keep your back straight when you do it. It'll help you to go straight up instead of tilting it and getting off-centered in the air. Aside from that, try to land upside down. I said that on my kickflip video. If you watch that, try to do half the trick and land. And if you're landing right on the board, you're doing everything right. You just need to get a little higher, flip a little faster. Try to figure out the best foot position for you, and practice for a while.